Alright, in the downtime, we got a minute here to recap what we've seen so far. First 3 out of 4 rounds, we saw a Eel deck just lose and not be able to get set up. Since then, we've seen Darkrai battle Kling Klang and lose, Darkrai battle Big Basics and lose. A round that we didn't catch because I lost due to technical difficulties. But now we have Adam Vernola versus Frank Serafinski. One more round left in Madison, Wisconsin Regional Championship. So, like last game, we know that Frank is playing his big basic deck with Landorus, Tornadus, Mewtwo, double colorless, some max potions, all the good stuff, some hypnotoxic lasers. And out on the left here, we have Adam Vernola. We know he's playing some sort of Darkrai deck. There's a couple dark energies in there, an energy switch, etc. We're going to see a Landorus start by Frank. Or is it a Tornado start? Well, they're both on the field regardless. Adam's going to start with a couple Pokemon here. I think round 7's about to start here. And here we go. Looks like Frank's going to go first. Got a Landorus and a Tornadus versus a Sableye and a Keldeo. Quick attachment to Landorus here. It's going to do Hammerhead on turn 1. Not seeing a supporter in Frank's hand. We do have a catcher on the Keldeo. That's interesting. Certainly doesn't want Adam to use Junk Hunt turn 1, get some residual damage on that Keldeo, make him attach to retreat that thing after Adam gets a Darkrai out. Professor Juniper is going to be good here, especially if Adam is able to get some darks in the discard pile. We're going to see a max potion, getting rid of that damage off of Sableye. Energy attachment to Keldeo and a Juniper. A Dark Patch. There's 2 of them in there already. Wow. Crushing Hammer. Tails. That would have been useful. And Adam's going to be able to get that Darkrai out, so he will be able to junk hunt this turn. Discarding the Verbank. You certainly don't want to give Frank that advantage of being able to use Verbank this early, especially when you can't. We're going to see a Bicycle here for 3. Bicycle was in the last Darkrai deck that we saw, so some interesting choices here. I do like the option of having maybe a Bicycle in a deck like this. We'll see. Looks like Adam's definitely going to junk hunt this turn, but he has some decisions to make. What cards is he going to get? Looks as if he has a supporter, so Random Receiver won't be one of the choices. Crushing Hammer is good. He does have 2 Dark Patches in there. To me, it's between 2 Dark Patches or a Dark Patch and a Crushing Hammer. Looks like he's going for that second Dark Patch. Nope, he's just going to get Crushing Hammer. Crushing Hammer is nice because you definitely want to limit the amount of energies Big Basics can get on the field. Eventually you knock out one of their attackers that has all the energy they have on the field, and it's just really hard for Big Basics to do anything. Fortunately for Big Basic deck though, Darkrai is weak to fighting, and Landorus requires only 1 energy to attack and do 90 damage. After weakness, of course. See, Frank has a lot of interesting options in his hand. I think it's very interesting he's deciding to go with a couple of Tornadus. That Landorus is definitely the main threat. He doesn't attach an energy card and just does Hammerhead for 30 to Sableye and 30 to Darkrai. Got a Dark Patch here. Crushing Hammer. Tails. It's 2 in a row. The attachment. We'll probably see a Night Spear here. The retreat. Looks like we're going to see an energy switch. Yep, right off the Sableye on a Darkrai. It's nice to keep that Keldeo with that energy on it. And let's see if Adam can get another Darkrai going to back this one up, just in case. Maybe another Crushing Hammer, get rid of that energy card off the field, really make Frank commit to this Lander strategy and really limit his capabilities. Nope, it doesn't look like he has another Darkrai or Crushing Hammer. He's just going to do Night Spear. Landorus is within Night Spear KO range, and the Tornadus is going to get 30 here. Max Potion off Landorus. Well, that discards the energy, that's for sure. It looks like another Crushing Hammer would not have been good. But that does put that Darkrai a turn behind as far as knocking everything out. Frank's going to get another Landorus out here. Well, another energy on Landorus. Keep doing the 90 damage he's going to start doing now this turn. Alright, Frank's going to Hammerhead. 60 to Darkrai, leaving Darkrai with exactly 90 HP left, and he's going to do the 30 to the Keldeo, putting Keldeo within 110 HP of being knocked out. Interesting choice, since the next Hammerhead would effectively knock out Sableye if he chose to go there twice. But Frank knows that Sableye is not going to be worth anything. Frank needs to take 3 prizes on, well, 3 knockouts on 3 EX Pokemon to win this game. No way Adam's going to play another one. Adam last turn, looks like he had a Darkrai in his hand and just chose to save it so it wouldn't get that Hammerhead damage. Very smart. Frank finally gets 2 energy on the board, but with such powerful attacks like Hammerhead only needing 1, why would you ever need to? Max Potion is such a strong card. Now both Tornadus have 30 damage on them. I imagine Frank at this point is looking for a Verbank and a Hypnotoxic Laser, and it doesn't look like he has the laser. If he had both, it would knock out Darkrai this turn, get him 2 prizes, and stop the Night Spearing by one of the Darkrai's, and get the next one set up for more damage. However, it doesn't look like he actually drew another Landorus either. So the Hammerhead damage that he's going to do this turn is just not going to be as good as if he was able to knock out Darkrai. If he just does Hammerhead, Darkrai is left on the bench with just 30 HP. However, he doesn't have another Landorus in his hand, so he won't be able to Hammerhead again and take the Darkrai as a prize. Well, he is going to Hammerhead here, and now Darkrai is left with 30 HP, and the fresh Darkrai on the bench with 2 energy is now at 30. Adam gets the 3rd energy. He's going to be able to attack with his fresh Darkrai this turn. And there's an end. Both players still going to get 6, despite damage being everywhere on the board. And Adam is definitely going to take his first 2 prizes this turn after he knocks out Landorus. Adam benches another Sableye. At this point, it's hard to imagine that Frank is going to be able to use Hammerhead enough to knock out those Sableyes individually on the bench. So, benching a second Sableye isn't a bad decision. We'll see if it ends up hurting him later. Okay, and Adam's going to take the first 2 prizes. He's going to knock out Landorus, and he's going to put the Tornadus that has a double colorless on it up to 6 damage. Now, if Adam gets a Dark Claw, he'll be able to attack that Tornadus and knock it out in just 1 attack, which is essentially 4 prizes for the cost of 3 attacks. It's a great ratio. Frank does get another Landorus out. Adam, not confident that he'd be able to stop Frank from getting a fighting and being able to hitting the bench Darkrai, left it up so that the extra 30 damage from Hammerhead would not occur. It was a good choice. And here's the switch, saving that double colorless on the Tornadus. And we have another fresh Landorus to deal with. Okay, now Frank is having his turn taking 2 prizes, dealing the extra 30 damage to Adam's bench Darkrai. Let's see, how is Adam gonna approach this? Is he gonna just try to catch her and snipe 2 Tornadus off the field to win the game? Or is he gonna deal with that Landers in a face-to-face battle? Looks like he's content with just going after it. Landers is now poisoned. No sleep though, as he plays Verbank and Laser in the same turn. Alright, so Adam's going to attach to his Sableye. Doesn't look like he had another option to do anything differently. He really needed to get another Darkrai there, but he just doesn't have one. And he's going to end. Both players are going to get 4. That's going to be good for Adam. Less chance Frank has a switch this way. Also less chance Frank has a switch with an energy card and a Hypnotoxic Laser to do 130 to Darkrai and almost win the game with that one move. But if Landers does stay active, it's going to go to a 150 damage. And that'll put it within Night Spear bench range. And Adam will be able, Adam will be able to catch her a Tornadus, knock it out with one attack, take 4 prizes and win the game all in one turn. That is if he doesn't have a switch, which as we can see, he does have a Skyla, and he does have a Max Potion. That's going to be huge. $30 to the bench Tornadus. Now that one is also in a non-special Night Spear range. Just a Night Spear will knock it out. Nothing else required. But Frank now has a Hypnotoxic Laser, a Max Potion, an Energy Card, a Switch it looks like. No, not a Switch. But Frank has 2 options here. In fact, yes, he has a few options here. He can continue to attack with Landers. I imagine that Max Potion is definitely being played. Yep, there it goes. Landers back to full health. Now what Frank can do, something interesting here, is he can attach to Tornadus. Yep, that's what he's going to do. He's going to Skyla, get a switch, use Hypnotoxic Laser, and knock out that Darkrai, just as I described before. What a 4-card end for Frank. And with no Darkrai on the field, Adam is certainly in a pickle. Here's a Hypnotoxic Laser. Doesn't really matter, because that Darkrai is going to get power blasted. And it looks like Frank rolled heads, and he's going to get... Oh, no, reflip. Tails. Going to get rid of that energy card on Tornadus. Wow, Adam is certainly in a position here. Hypnotoxic Laser. It's going to put Tornadus at 120 after this turn. Now something that that Adam can do is he can actually knock out that Tornadus this turn without Darkrai. If he has an energy switch, he can put it onto the Keldeo, attach to it, and then rush in and get the knockout for 50 damage plus poison would be enough to knock out Tornadus. Where does that leave him as far as knocking out other Pokemon? Probably in a not very good position, but he gets those extra 2 prizes. He eliminates all the energy off of Frank's board, and Keldeo only takes 30 from Landorus. So if Adam can get a KO with Keldeo off of this, it would be just fantastic. Looks like he got a Darkrai, and he's probably not going to be able to get the Keldeo KO at this point. He does have a Juniper, though. He'll be in a okay position after this junk hunt. Hopefully Frank doesn't draw anything, any supporter, as far as Adam is concerned. Adam's really looking for Frank not to have anything here. We're going to see a junk hunt for a Dark Patch and a Crushing Hammer. No, maybe not. A Dark Patch and a Max Potion. Probably a good choice. Max Potioning that Keldeo might be just the thing that Adam needs to do. A Power Blast Catcher Laser from Frank would win the game. So healing that Keldeo may be all the difference. Also, healing Darkrai after it takes some damage would not be a bad option as well. Well, we see some Junipers in Frank's hand after that Sharon. So Frank's in a pretty interesting position here. Does he want to use Catcher? Does he want to use Laser? Does he want to try to put something to sleep? He's going to Hypnotoxic Laser the active Sableye. And knock it out with Blow Through. That puts him at just 1 prize. Tornadus goes up to 150 damage. So, Poison will knock it out. Also, a Darkrai's attack will knock it out too. This puts Adam in a very good position compared to before. Now all he has to do, Catcher one of Frank's EX Pokemon, deal 90, 30 to the bench Tornadus, take 2 prizes, and threaten to win the game on the very next turn. And Frank, what he's going to need to do, he's going to need to, oh, and that hurts even more. Now he needs a double colorless, a Catcher and a Laser or a Plus Power in order to knock out a Sableye to win the game. Alternatively, he could try to knock out an EX, but it's going to be hard with whatever he has in his hand. Adam gets a fresh 7 with Juniper. He's going to Catcher that Tornadus on the bench. It had 30 on it. Does he have all the stuff to win this turn? There's the Dark Claw. Does he have a Hypnotoxic Laser? No, it doesn't look like he does. Wow, so close to just winning on this turn. But Adam is certainly not in a bad position. All right, and Adam's going to Night Spear. 110 to the active, leaving it with just 30 HP left. This looks like Frank's absolute last turn to do anything, unless he has a max potion. That would be huge. There's a double colorless by Frank, though. And a catcher. And there is an Ultra Ball, I believe. He's going for the knockout on Sableye. He needs a plus power or a Hypnotoxic Laser. There's a laser in the deck, that's for sure. He has Juniper in his hand. He's going to Ultra Ball for a Tornadus EX. What a close game. Adam almost won the game last turn with a Hypnotoxic Laser, and now he Ultra Balled for a Tornadus. And it's all up to this Juniper. Adam's shuffling his deck. He knows his fate's going to be sealed on this turn. Juniper. There's the laser. Got it. Blow through for game. Wow. That was a close match. Woo. Wow, so in an extremely close match, Big Basics takes down Darkrai again. Adam was just one Hypnotoxic Laser away from victory, but Frank was able to have his. Maybe benching another Sableye cost Adam the game. Maybe not. Maybe it was necessary. But that was a thrillingly close game, and it came down to the last turn. Hopefully round 8 is going to be just like this. And we'll be back in probably 10 minutes. See you then.